Y'all already know. Y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Norris. Here we go. Hey, yeah.
Legendary rapper Prodigy was the only rapper to ever speak up about Diddy and Jay-Z for years and years, and nobody ever paid attention. They just called him a conspiracy theorist. And he's from that time. He was in Mobb Deep during the 90s, which was huge. He even had beef with Jay-Z. So when P went to jail, he wrote a book called My Infamous Life, and he's just exposing everything. This is what he wrote about Jay-Z. He said Jay-Z knows the truth, but he chose to side with evil in order to accept the corporate role. He says Jay-Z conceals the truth from the black community and the world and promotes the lifestyle and the beast instead. Whereas for Prodigy, he literally risked his life to tell people the truth. This was his last album, The Hegelian Dialectic, and has a lot of information and knowledge in it.
Of course, when the Hip Hop Task Force was created to watch Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, to watch the artists that was connected with P. Diddy.
One of my favorite songs by Prodigy is a song called No Religion. And this is my favorite bar. I put truth in rap music, bitch, you want lies. I put real in rap music, bitch, you want fake. By the time you understand it, it'll be too late. You so caught up in Fantasyland, you're so under the spell. I wish you luck, I wish you well.
Rest in peace, Prodigy, man. Honestly, one of the best rappers out of the East Coast for sure, man. Mobb Deep, those guys are legendary. But like, he was one of the few rappers that would talk about this type of stuff a lot in like interviews, talking about conspiracies, all these celebrity parties, how they're like doing all this stuff behind closed doors. Like, he was one of those few rappers that would actually be super open about it. Maybe it's the reason why he died in the first place, man. I hate to bring it there, but like, he kind of just died out of nowhere. He was really young when he died too. He wasn't that old. Pretty sure he was like in his 40s or something like that. So it's pretty strange, man. Honestly, man, when it comes to space videos just like this one, they have cameras just float in space, capturing videos of different areas in space, different planets. Most of the time, I assume that they're fake just because a lot of pictures from space, a lot of people that work with NASA admitted that a lot of those pictures were fake. So after like that time, every time I see like a video or like a photo that's being captured in space, I assume it's fake just because of what I heard from NASA in the past. So like, this video looks pretty legit. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know, man. And you gotta think, wouldn't the equipment just get destroyed by all of the sun's like radiation and like the rays off the sun? Like, unless they have the technology to make cameras that will just like not be affected by all that. But I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think about this video, man.
See where exile from. A land beyond the ice wall, and our realm is a prison.
The hell? Yeah, man. I don't know about this one here. This one could legit be fake. But if it's not fake, this guy definitely not a human being. He's got to be some type of demon from like another realm. Cause like the eyes and the teeth, it's just like nobody has that in our world, bro. Like, you look at people, nobody has eyes and teeth like that. Even his skin looks kind of like strange, like it was scaly or something. That's a weird clip, and it's interesting. They're saying how he came from a realm, due to like, so like he came from another realm, and he was sent here as like a punishment. Like the world's supposed to be like the prison, and where he came from is the actual world. So like I thought that was pretty interesting about the video. I hope that's fake.
Did fake the moon landing. That's a fact, whether people realize it or not. Today, with 54-year better rocket designs and computer designs, the farthest that NASA can send a rocket with an astronaut into space is 1,000th the distance to the moon. That's why they're sending mannequins to orbit the moon that can't even land because they would die from the radiation. Most people don't know, which is above the Earth, starting at about 1,000 miles and extending about 30,000 miles, is a huge band of radiation that astronauts would have to go through to the moon and through again back. The technology for an astronaut to go through it to the moon and back and survive has yet to be invented. They had 1/8 of an inch of aluminum. Now when you get a dental x-ray, they use 1/4 inch lead. And so that's for 1/24 of a second. They would be in that for an hour to an hour and a half going to the moon and an hour to an hour and a half coming back.
Even astronauts like Buzz Aldrin was saying that the landing was fake. So like I don't know, man. The guy brings up a good point though. The fact that there's radiation around the world makes it impossible for anybody to leave the planet and like go deep into like space and then come back, right? So like that is a pretty good point to bring up. I still don't know myself, man. I think I'm more on the side that it was real than fake, just like the rest of the world. But like when you have astronauts actually saying that it was a hoax, I mean like you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, it's one of those conspiracies, man, that like made me wonder for like a long time, bro. Like I mean, if it was real, that's incredible. Like the fact that we're able to bring people on the moon and then come back in like the 50s, like the 50s or 60s, I can't remember, but like, you know what I mean? If it was actually real, like that's incredible, man. Like, yo, like what?
Into the record, page 55 from the committee's interview with FBI. Have some administrative matters first. I wanted to introduce into the record page 55 from the committee's interview with FBI employee Roya Demlow, I wanted to introduce into the record page 55 from the committee's interview with page 55 from the committee's interview with which took place on July 17, 2023. In that which took place on July 17, 2023. In that, we're to leave this interview and we're to suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden. We're to leave this interview and we're to suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden.
That was definitely strange. The way the lady in the back was making all those facial expressions. It could have been maybe like it was part of her job to make those facial expressions. Maybe she's trying to communicate with other people in the courtroom without actually like saying anything. Then you interrupt the judge. So that could be it. Another thing I was thinking, maybe she has to word out everything the judge is saying. Maybe because she has to like document everything that's said in the courtroom at the end of the trial. Because I know there's like people that have that type of job during like trials. They have to like document everything that's being said. So maybe that's what she was doing. Maybe like she was writing it down and she has to like word it out as the judge is like saying what she's saying. Because like there's parts where you can see that every word the judge is saying, she was saying at the same time, but like under her breath. She wasn't actually saying it, but like you can like read her lips and you can tell that she was wording out everything the judge was saying. So maybe it's like her job to do that, and she makes those facial expressions while she's doing it, just because like that's just how people are, you know what I mean? Like sometimes people will make facial expressions when they're like focused on another thing, but who knows, man? Maybe she's a skinwalker, or maybe it was mind control like the clip was saying. Like, who knows? What's this guy doing? She's gonna transform. What the hell? The hell is this? Huh? Yeah, man, this seems more like a magician trick, more so than some type of like spiritual transformation or whatever. Like, I don't know, this guy seems too normal of a person to be some type of like demon or something. Like, the only thing is if this was a trick, how do you like cover up the fangs? Like, the way he was able to like show the fangs out of nowhere and then make them disappear like that, because his mouth like it made his mouth like wider when the teeth was out, so like his face completely changes. And then when he covers up his mouth and then he smiles, and then it shows that the fangs aren't there. It's like, how does he like hide it? That's the thing that's like puzzling about that, right? Like, even though it could just be an illusion and he's just like some magician showing people a trick on the street, it's like still incredible how you're able to make people believe that you had fangs and you're turned into some type of like werewolf or something, and then make them disappear like that. Like, if it's a trick, that's incredible. But like, you know what I'm saying? I hope that's a trick. Like, cause bro, what? Y'all already know. Y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Norris. Here we go. Hey, yeah.